Hi friends! Notice anything different about my face? That would be I have no makeup on it. So I wanted to do a little, here's what I do to get my face looking decent on a daily basis. First tutorial, I don't know if you guys would prefer me to just film it and not talk and then voice it over, or if you don't mind me talking in it, just give me your feedback on it. Love to hear from you guys, and let's go ahead and get into it. First thing I use is the Ulta Flawless Prime. This is for controlling redness. It comes out kind of funky. This is my second sample of it because it has a green tint to it. So you can see there, I put that about that much on. And it has basically the same consistency of I would say the Maybelline Babyface one, as well as the Smashbox primer. It definitely has like a Vaseline-y feel. You don't need much of it. I just rub it in all over my face. And I do have some acne right now, and it definitely helps with the redness, I would say, and it really works. One time I forgot to not use it, and like my BB cream was coming off by the end of the day, so it makes a difference. I then follow this up with my Urban Decay Shadow Insurance. I just like to prime all the parts of my face first before I move into my BB cream. So I just put a little bit on my fingers and I put it on both, and then I do one eyelid first. Originally I was partial to Urban Decay's primer for their eyelids, but I've since moved on to, other ones. I just recently got a Too Faced one, and then I've also used the e.l.f. dollar one. I just want to get this finished. I've had it for about a year, maybe more than that. I think I got it last Christmas, like not this past summer, but sort of before that, and so it's holding on pretty strong. Then I go ahead and I use my Stay Don't Stray, and I do this first. I like to just do the under eyes. I think I have relatively dark under eyes for how pale I am, and then I also put this onto any spots on my face that I just think need a little extra concealing. As you can see, there are a bunch of spots I need to conceal this morning. And I have this in the shade light to medium. I love this stuff. I don't use it as an eyelid primer. I don't think that I like it for that. So now I'm just going through and patting on there. I'm concentrating at the same time. And then I just pat my under eyes to get this blended in to cover them. It's strange. I usually have music playing or a YouTube video playing, so I'm not used to doing this in silence. Okay, so that's my face primed, and I already think that there's a difference. I don't notice my acne as much. I think that my under eyes look better, all of that jazz. For my BB cream, I swear by this stuff. I've tried a variety of BB creams. I recently just tried the Big Easy by Benefit, and I feel like it's a little yellowish for my skin. I really, really like this stuff. So I'm a fan of just putting it on my hand, so I squeeze a little bit out, and it looks like that. And I'd rather would do less than more because I can always take more out. I can't put it back in. And my weapon of choice is my beauty blender. I originally started with a foundation brush, putting this on, and then I moved on to a stippling brush, and that was kind of my go-to until Christmas. My mother bought me like a knockoff beauty blender, and I tried that and really liked it, and now I'm using this one, and I really, really like it. I just think it creates the best finish overall for me. So all I do is I just dab some in, I pat it on the side so I don't have too much on there, just a little bit. And I always start under my eye right here. I don't know why, it's just where I was tendency to go. And then I just keep going back and getting more off of my hand and just patting it all over. So I just really dab it on, and then I move on to the other side of my face. I tend to leave my T-zone to the very last. So I'll do all under my chin, I'll do over my mouth. I'll do the other side over here. And then I do just a little bit under my chin just to make sure that it all looks smooth. And then I do my forehead. And I pull back I have these little tiny like wispy hairs, so I just pull those back a little bit just so I can get all blended. And then I do my nose area. I think the formula on this, it's a little wet, and I definitely don't use BB cream to replace the moisturizer. I still do a full moisturizing and all of that jazz before I do BB cream on. So what I have to do is, I think sometimes I get a little heavy-handed, so I'll always take the back of a beauty blender that's clean, and I might dab a few areas that I think that just more on there than I want, and then I put it down. And because this is wet, it does take a few minutes, or not minutes, that's an exaggeration, but it does take, I would say, like 30 to 45 seconds for everything to set before I will do my under eye brightening, just to make sure that I really offset the darkness. And so while that's setting, I usually will put my Maybelline Color Tattoo base on. I use the 70 color Barley branded. It is just this, it's like a soft gold color, champagne more, I would say. And I just take some of this, and it's either this or I recently bought one of the nude pinky colors, depending on what I'm doing. But more often than not, it is this that I use as my base, and it's phenomenal. So I just dab it onto the moving part of my eyelid. I've never, surprisingly enough, used these by themselves. I'm sure I could because it is a really nice shadow. I just have always used it as a base. Maybe one day I'll use it as something else. But we'll see. So that is my eyeshadow base. You're just getting a little bonus today. And then I'll go back, finally, the last step is this Covergirl. I don't know what this is, to be honest. I've had it a long time. I used to use it as just a concealer, but then as I've expanded my makeup routine, I guess, philosophy, whatever you want to call it, I've used this as a brightener, and sometimes I use it as extra coverage for acne on my face. Again, this is old. It's in the lightest color. I think it's, yeah, classic Ivory. They don't make it any lighter than this. So it has just a doe foot applicator on it, and I just put this under my eyes. No particular pattern or rhythm to it. And I've been doing my finger lately, but I do have a smaller version of this, like on a stick, that I've used, but I just think that this is effective more than my tiny beauty blender is, because sometimes it shears it out more than I want it to. So just patting this in. There it is. I don't have any other pimples that I necessarily need to have extra coverage on. Speaking of my hair is naturally wavy, and so I do straighten it every day, and so every morning, it doesn't always look this crazy unless I've showered the night before. I just always put it in a bun or a ponytail to get it out of my face. But my bangs will cover this half of my forehead, so I don't stress too much if I've got a pimple here that's kind of showing through. But this is just a makeup routine. I will get closer to you so you can see what my face looks like so early in the morning. But that's it for me. If you guys have any questions about products I use or any recommendations about other products that you think are effective for what exactly I use for my routine, let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.